Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Omega Ruby. I'm your host, PokeGamer. In the last episode, we kind of did a whole bunch of we finished off I think that one side quest for the two bikes. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be unsealing the sealed chambers for the Regis. So in order to do this, you need to kind of have a few things beforehand. So the reason why we're in Dewford, unlike last episode where we left off in Lily Cove, we came here because it was easier to actually find Wilmer at level 40. As you can see, we already have one. We're going to be catching the other half of what we need today, but it's a lot easier to find it here because I believe the only ones that you can find here are like 35 and 40, I think. So if you want to have an easier time doing that. The other thing is you already noticed that Latios is in the party. The reason for this is because we needed a level 31 Pokemon to find the second Pokemon that we need for this, and we're going to be using the Repel trick to find it. So you also need to make sure that you have the TM for Dig. You're going to need it, or at least the Pokemon that has Dig. And for those of you who don't know, I believe Whalmer either evolves at level 40 or for some reason level 41. But all I know is level 40, you rare candy it, you're going to instantly get a Wailord. And you need a Wailord for this, so you need to get one. The cool thing about this is, this Wailord, Whalmer slash Wailord, has dive, so you don't have to, like me personally, I don't have to remove something like Waterfall or Surf off of the Swampert. So that's cool. And I actually completely forgot that Latios actually has dive itself. So, and I kind of derp a little bit later. But like I said, if you want to get a high level Wilmer really easy, or at least easier than most other places, you want to go north of Dewford and fish there. On that little beach area, you'll find it there. Super Rod, you get it 100%, and you get, I think, level 35 or level 40. Anywhere between, like, it's either 35 or 40, I think. I think those are the only two levels you can find there. So, yeah. Anyways, we're going to make a quick stop up here to Verdant Turf. I think that was the name of this town. We're going to get some dive balls just in case, because the next Pokemon we're going to be catching is going to be underwater. It doesn't hurt to have it. And then we're also going to be picking up a few quick balls, just because we're actually kind of low on them. I had two, I think, just before I caught the Wilmer, so kind of want to have them just in case. I mean, they're useful against legendary fights. Just chuck the ball at the beginning, who cares? Unless it can OHKO your lead, and then that's a huge problem, but I mean, you know, why not? They're only 1,000 anyways, whatever. We can get, like, an infinite number, basically. So, yeah, we're going to be picking that up. I'm probably going to be picking up things like dust balls or something off screen as well at some point, because they're going to be better to use for catching legendaries. And this, of course, also means that I'm going to have to mess around with my, 3DS's clock again, which is annoying, but whatever. Anyways, once we have that, we need to get the last piece of the puzzle, quote unquote. And to do this, the best place to do this is Route 126, technically. But to kind of get to the area that you really want to get to, you can just dive through Setopolis and leave through the exit there. So, yeah, believe it or not, you're going to be walking around for maybe a solid couple minutes before you actually find what we're looking for. The thing is, there's only one Pokemon that you can find that's higher level than level 30, and that's the one Pokemon that we're looking for. That's the reason why we have a level 31 Latios now instead of a level 30. I did rare candy the Latios, so, I mean, it just simplifies things. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have a Repel up, and you're going to be running around in this grass for a couple minutes probably. Because this encounter rate is 5%. And what we're going to be looking for here is a Relicanth. You need to have a Relicanth and a Wailord in your party in order to unlock the sealed chambers. So you kind of, this is the best place to actually do this, believe it or not. And it's simplified with the Repel trick. The problem is, again, it's only a 5% encounter rate, so you have to kind of keep going around in the grass. It doesn't matter as long as it's around like Route 126. I don't know if the levels are different, other places. I do know that in one specific area, I don't remember which one specifically, but there is one area where Relicanth is actually only a 1% encounter rate, and I think that's either Route 129 or Route 130. I could be wrong about both of those, in all honesty, but we got it right here. I have to wait for my phone to stop being stupid. It's Route 128. You do not want to do that. Any other route that is listed on its, thing here, yeah, but I mean, I don't understand why anyone would ever want to, take the 1% over whatever. But the other routes that you can actually find this on, all of them are underwater, by the way. We are using Route 126 at the moment, but you can also find it underwater in routes 107, 124, 128, 129, and 130. So, and it's the same encounter rate for every area again, except for Route 128, which is a 1% encounter rate for some reason. Don't understand that whatsoever, but whatever. Every area you can find it as a level 30 to 35, except for 128, which is only level 35. So, but everything that you can find here, like for example here, I don't know about the other routes, but everything you can find here is level 30 to 35, and the only 35 is Relicanth. So that's why we're here using the repel trick in order to try and get one to appear. Of course, again, a 5% encounter rate, you know, you might blow your brains out if you're trying to do this on Route 128. So just, yeah, again, don't do it. We eventually will get one. It's going to be about, I don't know, 30 more seconds, I think, at worst. I don't know. But, yeah. And I guess while we're waiting for Relicanth to appear, I should explain my absence. Yesterday I was kind of doing two things. One, I didn't feel well, and two, I was trying to fix my sleep schedule. Now I'm kind of on that. I'm going to bed at like 6 o'clock at night, so I'm going to be up during the day again. So, hooray for that, I guess. But, I guess 30 seconds was wrong. I said that about 34 seconds ago. So, yeah, I know that we get this thing around like 7 minutes, I think. Something like that. I don't really remember. I'm fairly positive that we, did. If we hadn't wasted so much time on this Relicanth, we would have probably been a lot further off right now. And hell, we might have even tried to take a chance of getting started on the Regis today, but, So anyways, I guess it was a minute, not 30 seconds. Relicanth. And again, you can only find them at level 35 if you use the repel trick. So, I mean, it's profit, I guess. It's at least going to be capable of taking some kind of hit if you should you actually use these things in battle against the Regis. I don't think that they're needed to go actually into the Regi rooms, but I mean, if you feel like taking them just because of their levels and they won't either A, OHKO them, or B, be killed in one shot, just saying. But now that we have Relicanth, we have the final puzzle piece, so to speak, because again, we do have Dig and we have Dive, of course, because we need Dive to unlock the chambers. So I believe that we're going to need a few other moves, actually, because the chambers all have a special gimmick to them, and I'll have to probably prepare that off screen, of course. But that's not our goal today. Today our goal is just to simply unlock the chambers, and then we'll be able to get started on it. So yeah. Regirock's was easy. I believe you need Flash for one of them, and then one of them you just have to wait or something like that. So, or no, you have to use, okay, never mind. It's not Flash, it's Fly. I think that you used to have to use Flash though. I don't really remember off the top of my head because it was Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald's a long time ago. So, yeah, but anyways, we need Relicanth, and you're going to see me kind of mess up here in a bit. Obviously, you see that I put it in the lead. That's because it's supposed to be in your lead whenever you get to this undersea area that we're going to be going to. But for Repel's sake, we're going to be putting Swampert into the lead because we're going to be using it against, I think, 2 different Regis? No, we're going to be using it against one, and it will be the one that we actually start doing the Regi runs with. So, yeah, and I did all the damage calcs. The one that Swampert will be fighting, it has a chance of, okay, it doesn't have a chance, it has a guaranteed 3-hit KO on it. So 2 hits should bring it down to the red, keywords here being should, and then it should be a little bit easier to catch. So, and then the other 2 have a slight percentage of being 2-hit KO'd, so we have to kind of just pray for a low damage roll and then a decent normal average damage roll. So this route's a little bit tricky. You have to kind of select areas to ride the current, and if you do this wrong, then you're going to miss the specific area that you want to go to. So if you want to be sure that you're going to hit wherever you're going, you might want to follow the way, like the path that I take. Believe it or not, I actually was doing this all based off of memory, so I guess I do have some memory of my old, playing of Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I believe we did this in my Emerald run too. I don't really remember if we actually caught the Regis in that. I think we did, because I think I remember Regi Steel giving us trouble. So anyways, once you get down to this one area, you are kind of let free to move around. You want to go through the middle area. You want to try and stay as close to the middle as possible, because in basically the dead center, you will find you know, what we're looking for. Now there are trainers along the way. I'm pretty sure that we're leveled enough for the Elite Four. I'm not going to bother with them. If you guys want to, you can. You don't really get any benefit out of them, really. They're just trainers and slight experience. I mean, for real, I don't think Altaria needs any more levels. Speaking of Altaria and leveling, simply by just throwing a quick ball at the Whalmer that I caught, it ended up leveling my Altaria to level 77. So now you kind of meet this one little area and you're like, okay, well, whatever. You can kind of see how there's currents there, and there's a little bit that kind of take you up or down. You want to take the one that keeps you going middle, because it's going to be the area you want to get to. As you can see, there's a small patch of water here with a very dark little patch in the middle of it. That's a dive-like area that you can go to. So basically just diving there, you've instantly found what we're looking for, which is the sealed chamber. And you'll see that on the lower screen here in a few moments. At least if I remember correctly, that was the name. I could be wrong, of course, but pretty sure that it's the sealed chamber. You come down here and you'll see some braille. I don't remember if you actually have to interact with that braille or not, but I've always kind of clicked it just before I use dive to surface in the sealed chamber. So there are a bunch of little areas here that all have braille on them. You don't really have to pay any attention to any of them. You have to pay attention to the one that's in the far back. You walk up to this one. I don't remember if you have to interact with this one or not. But what you want to do is you want to go into your party and find the Pokemon that you gave Dig to, and you want to use Dig. So instead of just teleporting out of here, instead you're going to get a little like blackout cutscene type of thing, and instead of digging out of here, you break down the wall. So with that done, you want to walk up to this. Now, normally what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to have Relicanth in your lead. And like part of me was like, well, what's going on? And I kind of remembered, derp, why is Relicanth not in my lead? And so I'm still kind of tired, just because I feel like I might have needed more sleep. But once you have Relicanth in your lead, you will hear a bunch of earthquakes, and this earthquake will result in 3 loud thumps. And they say it sounds as if doors opened, far away. These are the doors to the sealed chambers that happen to house the 3 Regis. So now that we've done this, we can actually go into those chambers and encounter the Regis and actually catch them. So the order that we're going to be going in, and like I said, Swamper's going to be used against the first one. We're going to be going, well, I don't know what we're going to be doing after the first one, but I know for a fact that the first one is going to probably be the easier of the 3, Regirock. And Regirock you can access from the desert. So if you want to get there fast, you want to fly or soar to Lava Ridge. I don't remember if you can actually, I don't think you can soar just directly into the desert. You might be able to. I'm not entirely sure. I've never really tried. But you can always just, like if you're using something with Fly still on your team, even though you have the Eon Flute, you can just go right to Lava Ridge, or the route right next to it. I'm pretty sure you can still actually fly to the route. So if you want to do that, you can. But we're going to be going to Lava Ridge. Part of the reason why we need to go to Lava Ridge anyways is because, if I'm not mistaken, we don't really need Relicanth or Wailord anymore, and I accidentally pressed A instead of B there. But yeah, Route 111, maybe 111 counts as the desert, so maybe I don't know. But yeah, we're going to be heading to Lava Ridge, so that way we can access the PC and get Pokemon out, so that way we can have, more buff Pokemon for dealing with these legendaries. So, like I said, we won't be encountering them today. It will start tomorrow. So, yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer, signing out.